And Ayotunde Balogun joins us now to tell us more on the Golden Eaglets match with Uruguay. I believe we won. Ayo, give us details.
Certainly, Nigeria did win that game, and they are the only African side left at the Under-17 FIFA World Cup in the United Arab Emirates. Now, the three-time champions outclassed Uruguay 2-0 to reach the semi-finals of the World Cup. Taiwo Awoniyi struck a brace in the game that was a true test of the Golden Eaglets' title aspirations. They will now meet Sweden in Dubai on Tuesday, November the 5th at 7 p.m. Nigerian time in the replay of their 3-all draw, which they played at the group stage earlier on in the tournament.
They find a way through. It's a lovely ball. And it's another goal for Taiwo Awoniyi. And that could be the end of Uruguay's World Cup aspirations.
Nigeria there breaking the jinx of the Uruguayans at any tournament in any FIFA tournament. Well, while the Eaglets celebrated, it wasn't so for the African champions Cote d'Ivoire as they finally met their Waterloo at the Under-17 World Cup when they slumped to a disappointing 2-1 defeat to Argentina in the quarterfinals, of course. Now, the South Americans were in no mood to waste time, taking the lead after only 6 minutes of play as Joaquin Ibanez fired past Sek Diabagate. Rodrigo Moreira then kept his cool to stretch past his marker and a poke a bouncing corner kick over the line with the bottom of his boot to make it 2-0. Well, the Ivorians got a lifeline with a penalty in the 77th minute, which was converted by their skipper, but though the damage had already been done. Now in the English Premier League, Loic Remy grabbed his 6th Premier League goal of the season as Newcastle United completed a rousing 2-0 win over Chelsea. Manchester United scored 3 goals in 13 minutes to blow Fulham away and heap pressure on under-fire boss Martin Jol. Manchester City highlighted their credentials as title contenders with an emphatic 7-0 win over Norwich. Carlos Correa scored an own goal as Sunderland suffered their 8th defeat in 10 league games. Goals from Saido Branino and Gareth Macaulay gave West Brom a 2-0 win over Crystal Palace. Asmir Begovic became the 5th goalkeeper to score in the Premier League match as Stoke City held Southampton to a 1-0 draw. And in the last game, Arsenal extended its lead at the top of the table, 5 points clear now, and that was with a resounding 2-0 win over Liverpool at the Emirates Stadium, with goals coming from the Spaniard Santi Cazorla and the Welshman Aaron Ramsey. Novak Djokovic battled from a set and a breakdown to beat Roger Federer 4-6, 6-3, 6-2 and seal his spot in the Paris Masters final on Sunday. Well, in the 30th meeting between the pair, the Serb came out on top, winning his 16th straight match. A victory also helped 6-time Grand Slam winner Djokovic keep alive his slim hopes of regaining top spot in the world rankings from Rafa Nadal. Well, that's it in the sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
And away from sports news on the foreign scene, Nigeria has been ranked 3rd out of top 20 countries in the world whose citizens are studying in the United Kingdom next to China and India. President of the UK universities, Professor Christopher Snowdon, reeled out these statistics at a meeting with foreign journalists in London to clarify controversies surrounding visa policies and rising costs to study abroad. Our correspondent Doris Akenwa reports.
The number of Chinese citizens in the UK is steadily climbing, and not just for business deals, but for higher education purposes as well, topping the charts of international students.
When I was a lecturer,
UK Higher Education International Unit, at a meeting with foreign journalists in London, places the number at over 78,000 between 2011 to 2012. India follows with over 29,000, while Nigeria comes in at 3rd place with 17,620 students, both at undergraduate and postgraduate levels. The total number of international students from across the world in the UK sums up to over 400,000. But visa policies as well as other factors have not been very favorable for many. President of UK Universities, Professor Christopher Snowden, says these issues are being addressed.
The UK universities have managed to get the government to understand that they have to make sure that the processes they've put in place in other countries work smoothly. The universities themselves have also gone to extra lengths to make sure that the students actually do get the sort of service and support they need.
In the light of austerity, you might say international students are the life and soul of UK universities, with school fees ranging from £4,000 to as much as £20,000, depending on the school and course of study. Little wonder UK lecturers are protesting the need for increase in pay.
For example, if you're going to do a science course, which may have a lot of laboratory work in it, they're very expensive to actually support. And in those particular cases, actually, in some cases, the fee doesn't actually cover the course. The university subsidises it. So there's no desire to profit from that.
Some other sensitive aspects touched upon include integration of graduates into the UK labour market after studies.
I think the Nigerian students, again, very hard-working students, come here with a very good work ethic. Also, I think in terms of being focused on wanting to develop their career, I think that's, they also have a very good vision of what they would like to do. And I think that means it's easy for UK universities to help them be successful. So, again, I know several Nigerian students who've gone on to work with major international companies here in the UK.
Not as easy as it sounds. The traffic of international students to the UK is not about a decline, challenges regardless. To reverse this trend would mean Nigeria, for instance, transforming its institutions of higher learning to meet with international standards, a regular bone of contention between government and lecturers. Doris Okenwa, Channel Television News, London.
Pakistan's Interior Minister Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan has described the killing of Taliban leader Hakamullah Masood as a death to all peace efforts in the country with the terrorist group. The U.S. ambassador has been summoned over the drone strike that killed him on Friday. It attacked him a day before a Pakistan delegation was due to fly to North Waziristan to meet Masood. In the meantime, security forces are on high alert in the country, while Masood's funeral has already taken place at an unknown destination. He was killed along with 4 other people, including 2 of his bodyguards. And the main news again, 25 persons have died following a stampede at a church crusade in Anambra State. The federal government has promised to protect electricity workers, or consumers, against exploitation by the new players in the power sector. And the police in Anambra State have promised adequate security ahead of the November 16 governorship election in the state. While Pakistan has said the death of Taliban leader Hakamullah Masood has destroyed the country's peace process. That's it is at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.